Okay, so when you're finally happy with your object, hopefully you guys have saved at this point. I don't remember if I've reminded you to save, but make sure you've saved this as something different than your V131. And the last thing I do before I bring my object in is I want to make sure that my object is merged, or I've removed doubles, sorry. So I pick each of these individual layers and tab into them, and then hit A to deselect, and then A to select the whole thing, and then we use remove doubles. Now one thing you could do, let's do that before I do this. Let's just duplicate the whole thing. That way we'll have a block without the doubles removed in case you're worried about that. So B to box select, and that should grab the whole thing. Shift D and just move it out here on the Y. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to remove the doubles for this. And actually, I think I like the layer names for the other one, so I'm going to go back and do it on this one. But I know I've got a duplicate if I need it. So let me just move that out of the way. Ooh. Okay, so let's grab the roof, tab in, and A, and then remove doubles here. So you see that removed 536 vertices. Tab out, pick the balcony, tab in. The whole thing's selected already for me, remove doubles. Alright, and I think we already did the other pieces. Yeah, 0 vertices there. Alright, so then, and then you don't need to do it for the window. You could do it for the railings, but I don't think it's not going to be too many to go away. 24 there. Okay, so now we've merged everything. Now what we're going to want to do is select this, and so you can do B to box select it, and then I like to just move it to the center, so I hit 7 to go above it. As long as you're in ortho, if you're in perspective, hit 5 on your numpad, and then I'm just going to by hand just go G, Y, and sort of center this, sort of eyeball it a little bit, and then GX, and that brings it to the center. And then the last thing is I just want the origin at the base of this. So then you go Object, Transform, Origin to 3D Cursor, and it drops to the bottom. Now if your 3D cursor is over here and you do Object, Transform, Origin to 3D Cursor, it's going to move it. So then when I rotate around like the Z in Unity, this is going to be the center point. It's going to rotate around it funny. And so you can fix that if you hit N, go to 3D Cursor, scroll down, see the word 3D Cursor, change that 0 tab 0 tab 0. So it will then move, it moves the center point to 0 0, and then you can change the origin to 3D cursor, and that's in the correct spot. And that's the same way I do the T's if they're not planting on the ground correctly. So now we're ready for export of this. So the whole thing is selected, and we can just go File, Export, FBX, and let's just call this Apartment FBX. Check the selected boxes or selected objects on the left here, and experimental apply transform, export it, and then go into Unity, and you're going to basically want to import this into Unity. And so go into your project wherever you want it, and let's just create a folder and call it Apartment. And then I'm going to right click on it, import new asset, and then just find that FBX file that you just created. Oh. Alright, so that's going to bring it in. I uncheck import animation, click apply, Now if you want a collider, you would now do that. So you would click on Generate Collider, and then Material Naming, I change from by base texture name to from models material. Click Apply, and then drag your apartment in. Okay, so now you've got it into Unity. The next little bit will be on how to texture it.